You gonna cue that shit up for us or what, bro? Yeah, let's get it. Ready?
Oh, I'm ready. I want dangerous, homie.
Welcome back to Spark That Talk. This is episode 2 with your boy Jones and my boy Deeni to my right.
Yeah.
We in the building today, man. I just want to start out by saying thanks to everybody who listened to episode 1.
Appreciate y'all. Thank you.
Much love and respect. I know we only got so many views, but that's more than nothing.
Nah, bro, we got a bunch of feedback, though.
A lot
I had
of feedback.
a couple boys just start texting me, had family members texting me, had people, co-workers, they start texting me. Stuff we could improve on, stuff they want to listen to.
Right.
And, you know, it was our first one. You can't.
Yeah, it was the
can't
first
fault
one,
us
so
on that one.
I ain't mad at it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That was the point, get the feedback so we can do better and better each time, man.
Yeah.
But I know the content was nice.
Yes, that's what it was. They
Good.
said they stayed and they stuck with it all 45, 46 minutes that we had.
Right.
Because they stayed tuned because it was important. And on
Right.
top of that, they enjoyed it. So
Well, that's what we do at Spark That Talk. We spark the conversation about shit that matters,
yes, sir.
and we're going to continue to do that. So, what's up, fool? How you doing?
I'm good, bro. Busy week.
Busy week, huh? What you do?
Over the weekend, man, I went, Disneyland, took the little man to
Disneyland, okay. Did you see any weirdos out there by themselves?
Had
again?
a bunch of people wearing different what's it called? Disneyland character outfits. I wasn't too fond of.
What was you in? The Mickey suit?
Yeah, I wasn't one. No, I wasn't, bro. But I did see a bunch of weirdos. But I done left that early, right? So I worked that morning.
Yeah.
Went straight to Disneyland with the family. Left early from there around 6 or 7 and headed to my company party right off the 10, bro. Had to go home, shower up, and hit. Man, bro, it was just a crazy night.
That was the life of a real nigga right there. Busy, no sleep, huh?
Maybe if I was a rapper, but I'm not.
Hey, but we still got a responsibility, so that's
Yes,
good,
we do.
bro. Good time, spending time with the fam. Yeah, bro, we had a good week ourselves, man. Baby girl started her first day of gymnastics.
Bro, I
so,
saw that, man. That video was dope.
Yeah, I was in there low-key shedding tears. I ain't gonna lie.
Was you in your tighties too, or what? You was in your singlet doing flips?
Hell no, I ain't gonna lie. They had some comfortable-ass chairs in there like I was in the movies or something, bro.
But was you doing backflips? You stop skipping the question, bro.
No
Was you over
backflips. No backflips, nigga. The hell? What my big ass look like doing a tumble? That ain't gonna work out, bro.
I feel it, bro.
That is not gonna work out, fool.
Yeah, you keep those suits in bed and in bed only for your
My
sexy
special
time,
tricks.
man.
Yes, sir. But you get me all off track right now, fool. But
Why you sweating, bro? You over here right when we talked
Look,
about singlet.
I'm
No. Right when
if
we
you-
started talking about singlet and you doing your
hold on.
special tricks,
You see these
you was
lights?
like, oh,
Look, I
start
ain't
sweating.
sweating. But that's for myself and my lady to know. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we done all new now, bro. You just put it
But
on there.
I'm not exposing my secrets.
No, I ain't exposing.
I
mine.
sure
ain't
don't
talking
want to
about-
know your tricks, nigga.
Well, just think about Tony Hawk and BMX coming together without the biker skateboard. You feel me?
Oh my god, fool. But yeah, we gonna hop into it though, bro. I want to start off by talking about, the topic of this show today, we're going to be talking about the NCAA.
Talk to him, bro.
Should we be paying the players or not paying them? So we're going to get into that topic in a little bit. But I want to start off by talking about the fact that it seems like in our neighborhoods, sometimes sports the only route that we may believe that we have to get out the hood to take care of our families. So I want to talk about that. And, I always wonder why it seems like growing up, we either want to play Pop Warner, play for your local YMCA, whatever kind of sport you can get into, because your biggest dream is to try to make it to the league. Like either the NBA, MLB, NFL. Those are pretty much the top 3 biggest ones that most boys and girls is looking to achieve. So they start at an early age, get up to high school, and now they like, if I'm the best or I'm balling hard, what's my chance to get into a great college? Next, the league. But the ultimate goal is the league at the end of the day, right?
From what perspective are we talking about?
What you mean by that? Like from the kid's perspective or from the parents?
Nah, what I'm saying is, you talking about this is every girl and every boy's dream is to come out.
I'm not gonna say everyone's. It's more so located in these hoods,
Exactly.
in the hood. All right.
Yeah.
Because we look around, the opportunities seem real slim. Because you may see your mom, your dad struggling, and you don't really see nothing else. Or when you watching TV, you see the nice cars, jewelry, dudes with women, living large in mansions. And who are most of these people? They're usually rappers or sports players.
And those sports players, some of them.
And those sports players resemble us.
Yeah, the ones who floss.
We relate to that.
Yeah, the ones who's flossing in the NBA, NFL, wherever it may be, right? Mm-hmm. Pro sports. Those are dudes that's coming from the hood.
For sure, every time.
Yeah, and that's where I feel like those kids can relate to, right? Because that's
they coming from the same struggle. So they like, if he did it, why can't I do it?
I feel you.
I was one of them myself. I mean, I played football for a while, but then I decided school was gonna be my route. That's what I thought, at least. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's why I brought it up earlier. Was like, on what perspective are you looking at? Because what if you're not from the hood? What if you live up in the hills, bro? Right. You are being taught education is important, very important.
I think almost in those neighborhoods, education may be important, but they got way better sports programs when you think about it. What I mean by better sports programs, because when you look at like what's some of those schools like up to 10, up to 91, some of the better schools like Modern Day.
Yeah,
Bosco.
Yeah. A lot of private schools. Is
those saying. Private schools.
They are busing these kids from the hood,
right, to come play for them, which is insane. Yeah. Like you already exploiting that fact in that kid. We want to bring you from your hood to our school, but after this, you perform for us. You go right back to where you came from.
Yeah, but I mean, we don't even need to go that far. I mean, down the street, we got Sarah Gardena.
Correct. You got Sarah Gardena giving out good players. You got
and a lot of them in the NFL, bro.
That made it from Sarah.
Bro, a lot of them in the NFL.
That's dope.
A lot of receivers,
and even from Narbonne too.
Yeah, I mean they're not a private
Long
school.
Beach Poly. We're talking about public school right now.
Yeah.
Like Long Beach Poly. I mean,
I guess you ain't got to be from in a good area, right? High school ain't got to be in a good area to have a good football team or a good sports program.
You don't.
Correct?
You don't. I mean, most of the time, the best kids do come from the hood, I'm sorry to say. We look at the league, it's a majority black, Samoan, and these are facts. You see the big guys out there playing, you just see it, bro. That's why I say these people look like us, they talk like us, they come from where we come from. So that gives these kids motivation to get out here and play these sports. Mainly football and basketball. Those are the top two. So yeah, with this playing ball, kids in the hood playing ball, they usually go that route because they either trying to distance themselves from the gangs in the community or even the dope selling. I mean, even go as far as to say prostitution, because in Long Beach, that's a big, it's rapid over there, especially for the women, which is nuts, but that's a whole nother thing. Like, they just trying to distance themselves from the bullshit around them. Even they could be trying to distance themselves from their own home. They might be having troubles there with parents being drug addicts, shit like that, or just abuse, whatever. Like, there's so many reasons why in these communities the kids is chasing the dream, because they feel like either if I get to the higher league or make it to the league, I'm gonna be able to take care of my mom, my dad now, so they ain't gotta struggle no more, or even take care of my sister, my brother. So, I mean, that's just how I feel about that, bro.
I feel like before you even get to that mind state of like, yo, I want to do this so I could buy my mama a house or buy my daddy a car, right? I feel like before that, playing is just fun. You know what I mean? It's better than just reading a book. Not better, but in these kids' minds from the hood, it's like, yo, I don't have someone solidified at home 24/7 teaching me these things. You got kids in the hills that got like their own personal what do they have, like personal assistants.
Right.
I mean, right? You got mentors,
somebody,
you got instructors that are coming to the house,
right,
teaching them math, teaching them like just everything, right? All these subjects.
Right.
And so then that's where they solidify that I need to do school. I need to learn all this literature. Then I can move on.
So this is damn near touching back on episode 1, the home or the school.
Exactly. And it's talking about plan B. But we don't, right? And then that plan B, if you're not getting taught that plan B at home, it touches base on what you talked about earlier. That if you don't have a plan B at home, it's what you see on the streets.
Right.
Right? It's either you're going to go to jail and die, gangbanging, or you're going to play ball and rap.
Oh, for sure.
And which one are you going to choose if you're smart?
I mean, usually, this is how it was when I was in high school. We was playing football. You had your guys, everybody playing probably freshman year. Come sophomore year, some done fell off already because the streets done got them.
Mm-hmm.
And those who able to continue to make it through, they still might find themselves still involved in certain shit, but at least they got a way out at times. Versus, oh, I'm going to just skip school all day and go sell this dope, make me some money, the risking going to jail every day, or let me go to class because our coach ain't going to let me play. Like, you thinking like, damn, that's more important to me now. I need to make sure I'm at school because if my grades ain't good, I can't even play. And if I can't play, I can't be the superstar I want to be.
Yep.
So it kind of gives a kid, it kind of gives them some type of control over their choices. Because now you outweighing the good and the bad. Yep. This was when, like, you starting to become older and use your mind a little more, because if your parents ain't on your head about going to school, going to practice, who's going to do it for you? It got to be yourself. It teaches you how to be a self-reliant person.
But it's a hit or miss.
It's a hit or miss.
Like,
it's a hit or miss.
It's on you, but it's a hit or miss.
It's a hit or miss because even with the rap shit, the kids seeing these rappers being millionaires, shining, doing their thing, and then they might see the dope man doing the same thing that live on their corner. So they kind of like when they walk out their house, there's a test that's about to hit you. You walking down the street, see these niggas on the corner. It looks good from the outside because you don't know nothing about it yet. So you like, damn, these niggas over here getting money and I got to go to school. I ain't got no money. And I got to go to practice later, nigga, with these dusty-ass cleats on because I can't afford no good ones. It's like, it's running through this person's mind, right? So you got to be a bigger man at this point or bigger woman at this point. Choose to go this route that looks good in this moment, or do I go over here and take my ass to school, go play these sports, and pray I make it to the league? It's fucked up to say, but a lot of kids, this sometimes may be their only option, dog. Sad to say, because they don't have any role models around them. And that go back to the resource things in the community. That's why sports is one of the main resources that we do have. So that's an outlet for them to go to. So, I mean, you can't be mad at it. Go chase your dream. I'd rather you do that than get killed out here trying to sell drugs or gang banging. Like, play some sports.
Yeah, that's
why
true,
I'm
bro.
getting my daughter early, starting to get her into these things so that she knows there's options. It's not always the bullshit you see around you, because that shiny shit you see may look good, but once you get involved and you find yourself in a fucked up predicament, you're going to realize, damn, this shit wasn't all what I thought it was.
See, but your daughter is fortunate because you see the bigger picture now. Now that you've grown, you old, you know what I mean? And you allowing her to have that opportunity to have those many plans. You know, if it trickles down to like a plan D, at least she has a plan to help her in life. You know, and like you said, some of these kids ain't got that. You know, it's either the gang banging or you playing ball or writing rhymes. Because to be honest, I mean, shoot, writing rhymes is probably easier than reading a book. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Running wind sprints, right? Doing up downs is probably, you probably want to do that rather than take a test.
Right.
You know what I mean? So,
that makes sense.
The kids pick and choose dependent on
what they can handle.
And where they come from is a big factor as well as what you see, you know, what you see on TV.
It's a big factor. I mean, you look at the numbers, bro. A lot of people I know have chased either one, to rap or play sports.
Yeah.
I don't really hear niggas talking about, bro, I'm trying to go to college and be a doctor. I'm trying to go to college to be a lawyer, or I'm trying to open up a business. You don't hear about any of this too often. So
because it's hard, bro. It's
hard.
hard.
It's hard to think about when nobody around you is even doing this.
Exactly. It's hard, bro. It's hard where you coming from. Like you said, you don't see it because it's hard. But I bet you in the hills, it's like, yo, I'm going to be a nurse. I'm going to be a lawyer. I'm going to be a doctor. You know what I mean? I'm going to be a judge.
Because they see it all the time. When they go to lunches with their little friends, all their parents is doctors, lawyers. Yeah. It's different for them. Yeah. But for us, your dad might be a janitor or your mom may be a nurse, all types of different shit. You know, it's just a different world, bro. Like, it is what it is. That's why I say make the best of what you have, bro. I think that's what makes people stronger and puts more fire in them to do better, bro. Because most people who are at the top come from some bad situations. Yeah.
But I just hope now, bro, like, I hope now parents, you know, if you're not really around for your kids, but you see they're doing sports and they're really good at it, at least tell them, yo, get your grades right. Because if you don't get this 2.5, you're not going to be eligible to play, let alone have college scouts. Bro, I done played with so many good athletes. Maybe not get to the level of NFL or NBA, but at least get them to like a collegiate level. Get you to a D1, a D1AA, D2, right? Whatever it may be, at least get you to the next step. But they didn't have no one to tell them, yo, only their teachers. But how much do you trust your teachers? You with them a lot, but it's not like you live with them. They're not providing you anything physically, right? Because you're not thinking like that as a kid. So I feel like parents need to come out and be like, yo, get your grades right. You get your grades right, and you could get your grades right and be a decent player and be somewhere. Correct.
Because, like, I'm glad you just brought that up because I did a little bit of research. Okay. I did a little bit of research, and I see that only 7% of high school kids actually make it to collegiate sports. Because you got to think about it. Out of high school, now these colleges are looking for pretty much the best players, right? Yeah. So your whole team might have been fire in high school, but how many really about to get picked up? True. To play college. Yeah. Like, that's another thing in this whole pie that we got to think about. Our kids are chasing these dreams in high school. That's why, like you said, they need to focus on both in high school, really sports and school. Because if you all in on the sport and fail at school, what if you don't get picked up by a collegiate, a college that's going to accept you because now you over here with a 1.0, and if you would have put a little more juice in your school and the sport at the same time, now you about to either get a full ride scholarship or whatever, because you could be the best player and have terrible ass grades, but are they going to take you? They might, because that's going to touch on something we're going to touch on in a little bit, that if you're the best, say you're one of the top players in your state, but you had shitty grades, it sounds fucked up, but I know there's probably people behind the scenes moving some numbers around to make your shit look good because this college knows what you worth to them.
Bro, I'm going to tell you this, all right, because I played college ball, yeah? Bro,
talk to him.
When we was recruiting kids, I was already a senior in college, right? And we was recruiting kids to come play for my senior year, these freshmen, these JUCO players. My coach, bro, looked at me, he said, yo, I like this running back right here. You like him. He's a JUCO cat. We could bring him in. One coach right next to me was like, what's he sitting with his grades? He was like, oh, he needs to pass like these 2 math classes, and then he'll be like around a 2.4. Right. Bruh, my head coach was like, what about this dude? He's not as good as the one we're looking at right now, but he's sitting at a 3.0. Guess which one we took?
The 2.4.
No, we took the 3.0. So so sometimes, like you said, bro.
I'm glad they did it right.
This is the balance. Exactly. This is it. If you don't get your grades at the same level as your playing skill, someone's going to come up that has a sorrier skill than you do. You may have, but have the grades, because that's
a
one
prime example.
Because that's
you
one.
Better be focused on both.
But that's one less thing a coach has to worry about. I'll bring your ass in, and if your grades just straight in the classroom, I ain't got to worry about that. I just got to worry about making you better on the field. You bring somebody that's good, right? usually those dudes that are good and doing bad in school, they have a bad attitude. So not only do you have to worry about him in school and getting his grades right, making sure he's going to class. This is college. You a grown man at this point. Yeah. You don't have mommy and daddy pulling on your tail.
No more.
But you do have your coach, because your coach wants you to play. Mm-hmm. So he has to follow you around, make sure you're doing well in class, making sure you turn in those report cards every week, making sure you're having good grades. But on top of that, got to fix your attitude on the football field. That's the coach is going to pick this sorrier player, but with better grades to give that scholarship. And that's a fact.
But see, let's think about that.
Yeah.
Say that happens and that blows this kid's whole life up because he didn't get chosen now. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's crazy that this shit is going back to almost last week's topic, but say this coach blows up his whole thought process like he was going to be that dude and go to college and get his shit. At home, where was that person telling this kid, yo, academics are important as well?
Exactly. Nobody, right?
And
nobody.
That's a sad story, man. Because now this dude's whole world is blown up because he thought he was going to be this guy. And now he got to take a step back and reevaluate his life now because he's like, damn, I put all this time in. I did my thing. I'm one of the tops, but damn, I fucked up in school. Now I ain't even got no opportunity in this. What am I going to do now? It's like, I don't even know how to explain it, but to me,
you got two options,
situation.
bro. Check this out. Not two options. I'm sorry. I apologize. You
Go
have
to community college.
You have two chances. You have two chances. If you done messed up in high school, yes, go to a JUCO, and hopefully by then you're more mature. You reevaluate yourself. You start paying attention to the things that matter, with the things that you love to do, which is sports, right? And then hopefully you get that second chance, and and then you get a scholarship, right?
Right.
But just understand you have chances. If you done screwed up all your chances, just like 9 lives, just like 3 strikes, you out.
You out.
And you have.
I mean, you got to hold.
Those,
at some point, you got to hold that student accountable.
Yeah, that is that kid's responsibility.
It's their responsibility. It's their responsibility, especially once you hit senior year.
Yeah.
You think that I already know how I was. Nobody could tell me nothing.
If you ain't got a parent or someone, a loved one, a guardian telling you these things, tune into this podcast because I'm telling you right now, get your grades straight, do your thing in sports, and you will get somewhere. That's
what we're here for, man. That's why it's called Spark That Talk. We gonna have these conversations, like we gonna joke, crack jokes, because that's who we are. But also, both of us that I know, we can get serious with you too. You know, I'm glad we just talked about that because that was neat. That was to be heard. But right now we're gonna take a slight break.
Let's do it. Take that 5
minutes. And when we get back, we're gonna hop into this NCAA conversation about should they be paid or not be paid.
Yeah.
So we'll see y'all in a minute. talk.
Yeah, yeah.
Hope you enjoyed the music that played in between. And we're back. Right now, I'm about to get into this new 2 Chainz album. Rapper Go to the League. Banger. Best album of the year so far, in my opinion. But my favorite song on the album, NCAA. NCAA.
That's a dope track.
We the Young and Dangerous. Banger, bro.
That's dope.
But what caught my ear was verse 2. When he come in talking about, if I drop 40 today, you don't care if I eat. And when I heard that, I was like, oh shit, bro. This is the conversation that's been going on, I know, for a while in the NCAA. Where you got these talented players going hard for the schools, balling hard, making the schools mad money, yet they not doing well themselves once they leave the field. Once they leave the cameras, once they leave the stadium, they go back to their dorms. And sometimes in some wild predicaments where they ain't got no money. And in my opinion, it's sad to say, I feel like these NCAA players should be getting paid. What you think, fool?
I want to know I want you to elaborate on that. Why do you think they should get paid?
All right. For one, you selling my jerseys. I'm the big man on campus. Not just me, but a lot of my peers on the team, because now we're at the level where everybody on the team had to be great to even be here, right? Because now we're on the big stage. You pay my coach millions of dollars. We get nothing. We come in and perform every week. We getting the fans in these stadiums. You getting advertisement money. You getting media money. You're doing the most, bro. Concession money, ticket money from the people coming to the games. You're getting all this money from all these angles, but yet me as the face, or my team as the face of this whole school, we don't have any money to basically live off of. I know I got a scholarship. Cool. You paying for my education. But from something that I read and that I was able to look up, the average athletic scholarship is only $10,000 a year. I mean a semester. Or a year, however you want to call it.
Depending on the school.
Correct. Depending on the school,
each school varies.
If it's a Division I school, it may be more, or if it's a lower level college, it's going to definitely be a different price. But right now, I'm focused on the big schools, like the SCs, the UCLAs, the Stanfords, schools like that are bringing in mad revenue from the players that they pick. These players are coming into the college level playing, and they're making basically professional money for these schools, but yet you still just want to call me a student athlete. I'm supposed to be a student first, then an athlete, but how could that be the case when I have to go to class, come to practice, bust my ass, and then on media day you expect me to show up as if I'm an NFL player already? Why am I obligated to come to media day? To get more attention put on the school, to get more fans in your seats, to get more students to even want to attend this college. I am the advertisement for your college. You understand?
I feel it. No. Because I got a boy who sides with you. All right. Shout out Corey Mishak, one of my boys I played in JUCO with. Corey got his BA in sociology and MED in urban education. So now he's an English teacher. And I remember
he got his master's degree.
Yeah, so I remember him writing a paper on this. On should NCAA players get paid, and he sided with it, and he said, yeah, they should. And in his paper, he wrote, I'm going to quote this right now, he wrote, the scholarships the athletes receive are similar to indentured servant contracts. They can be called a modern-day indentured servant, as they share characteristics that are nearly a reflection of one another. You know what an indentured servant is? Yes? No?
Yes.
Okay, for all those who do not know, indentured servants back in the 1600s, this came before slavery. So you wrote, and it predominantly African Americans, black people, had a written document, 4 to 7 years between that time, that you will serve this time for the white man. It's a contract, and after that contract's done, you'll get land plus you'll be free. It's not like a slave where you'll never be free. So they kind of compared it to that.
That was a stipend in that type of world.
Yeah.
In the beginning,
yeah.
What you say.
So you're writing a contract, basically, I'm going to do this for you. How many number of years? You're going to give me my freedom. Freedom to me, when I'm looking at this, is, okay, I am going to graduate college. And then on top of that, getting land to me is, not only am I going to graduate college, I'm going to get this dream job.
All right. Getting that dream job. All right, that's easy to say.
I mean that's what he basically. I mean, that's how the way
I
I'm
hear
looking
what
at
you're saying, because even going back to what you said, if a person did all that work and then after they promise them this, they could promise you whatever the fuck they want to promise you. Because I was, how's that saying? 40 acres and a mule? Yeah. I don't think niggas got that.
No, but let's just say they did. Indentured servants got that. You know, they did get that. They did their time, 7 years, right? And they were free and they got some land. But that's besides the point that we're getting to right now.
Right.
Point I'm getting at, from my point of view.
Do you think they should be paid or not be paid?
Nah.
You don't think they should be paid?
And it's crazy because a lot of people think that, like, yo, you as a student athlete yourself, you played the collegiate level. Why don't you think they should get paid?
You know from experience, so I need to hear your point of view. Because I know you had got a scholarship. My question to you was, like, some of these things that some of these college students are talking about that they struggle with was like extra money. Like, they got to go out and just buy some new shoes, or maybe they need to buy some groceries, or they need to get gas for their car. Like, did the school provide money? Did your school provide you with money for these type of things, or did you have to get this money from other places?
Did I have extra money? Yes, I did.
Okay.
Not everybody's scholarship is the same, and this goes back to knowing what college you are choosing, how much you are getting in a full ride scholarship. A full ride scholarship only entails tuition. Understand that. If somebody comes up to you, for all you young folks out there that are looking for colleges to play in, it only entails tuition. All right, but just remember, how much does your school cost a year? And then if a recruiter comes up to you and say, I want to sign to this school, this is how much you're getting a year, compare that to how much money you're getting and how much money school costs. All right? So, remember, in
that sense, bro, say they said the full ride scholarship was $30,000 a year, but tuition at the school may be like $40,000.
Yeah.
Are you supposed to take out loans now?
Bro, you taking out, so you could take out loans, or they'll do a system, where if you don't have money to pay, there's like little scholarships you can get out. And
because I was under the influence that a full ride meant it was a full ride.
See, full ride is tuition. That's where you got to learn. That's where it's like somebody on your squad, on your team, not talking about basketball, football team. I'm talking about family-wise. I'm talking about friend-wise.
Right.
Someone has to let you know, like, yo, it only entitles tuition. Because when I, coming out of JUCO, I had 3 or 4 different spots to go to, and I chose one. And luckily, shout out to my head coach, because my head coach at JUCO level, Coach Hayflick, said, yeah, they promised you a full ride, but let's look up how much that school costs. And I'm like, damn, that school costs this much, but it's not covering everything.
Right, so what am I supposed to do?
Yeah, and then there's another school that covered everything. It was like, yo, tuition covered this, and this how much they're giving me, the exact number. And I'm like, yo, I could pick this school. He's like, nah, because what you want paid, and I'm going to tell you what you want paid if you're thinking of a full ride, is you want tuition, you want room and board, you want your books, you want your supplies, you want living expenses, laundry, toiletries, and then meals aside from your meal plan. That is what you want.
Because you don't just want to have to eat what the school is feeding you every single day.
So when it was $30,000 and they giving me $30,000, I'm like, oh, cool. I could go here because I ain't got to come out of pocket.
That don't leave no wiggle room for nothing else.
It's only tuition. That's only tuition. That means
So
I gotta
where's the
pay for
money
myself.
coming for the food? The board, the room and board, are you paying extra for that?
Yeah.
Oh man.
And that's what I'm saying. It's like you chose your school. I chose somebody's like, man, I chose LSU over North Dakota State because LSU is a bigger program, but they both offer me full ride scholarships. What you didn't take into consideration is, they giving you a better scholarship at North Dakota State rather than LSU.
But you want to go to where it's hype.
Exactly.
And
You
now
want to
you're gonna
live
be
that.
fucked on the back end.
You want to go to the Clemsons. You want to go to the SCs. You want to go touch the statue before you run down the hill for game day.
But see, that goes a prime example right there. The tradition of these players in these schools making it enticing for the next college student to come do the exact same cycle of shit.
But be smart. Be smart of what you choose. Be smart where you go. Because sometimes, but I'm going to give you
what
this.
you saying though, bro? You a different type of man.
Yeah.
You said like it go back to like you said, your coach gonna sit with you or your parents gonna sit with you.
Somebody
Your coach
sat
sat
down
with you.
Yes.
Had this conversation about full ride scholarships.
Yes.
What's the difference between this school and this school, right?
Yeah.
So what about the dude who didn't get that? He's gonna go based off of what I'm talking about.
Exactly. What the recruiter is saying.
What ESPN is showing us. What all these programs are showing us about this college. Oh, I want to go there bad. I want to go there bad because you're getting all the propaganda from the school through these commercials, from all this stuff. Now you want to go to the school, but you're not looking at the fine print before you even press accept. Because you see it all the time. These kids have these little. This is crazy. Okay, this is another reason why I think they should get paid. You got kids having press conferences with a high school full of all they fans and students behind them with the cameras on their face to choose which college they're going to go to. And when they choose now, this is a conversation for days on these networks. These network people are getting paid off for talking about you.
As a high school kid, when you doing that after these little high school games they throwing, right? Whether it be the Army Bowl or Polynesian Bowl, in your mind, you're not thinking about, I need to get paid for this.
Right.
In your mind is,
not
I'm
at
getting
that
this.
moment.
Yes. But in your mind, you're thinking, I'm getting this exposure. I want this exposure. Cameras are on me.
But this is how the system is set up again, how we talked about being in high school.
But I don't think they should get paid, bro.
Okay, let's get into it now they're in college. Okay, forget the high school part. They done made it into college.
Okay.
They in here balling. They going in the dorms. They living their lives. They going about their lives, right?
Yeah.
So I did some research. It's telling me that a student athlete is putting in around 40 plus hours a week towards that sport a week.
Okay.
So you go to class. I'm pretty sure you got a full schedule.
Yeah.
You get off. You will know better than me. How many hours was you hitting the gym and then having to go to practice today?
Man, we had to do about 2. Then we got meetings 2, and then we got practice about 3.
Sound like a wild,
a full day.
You're fully lit, right?
Okay.
Now you go home, back to the scholarship part. You ain't really funded like that.
Okay.
You go home, you like, damn, I might need to give me a little part time.
Yep.
Now you fully booked because you like, damn, I need to eat. But my coach is making M's, my school making M's off my jersey. I could go on Foot Locker and see my jersey hanging right now. I ain't getting no profits off of this right now. Nothing's coming my way. Even though I just caught that, got a pick 6, or I just got a Hail Mary thrown to me, touchdown of the game, anything, however you want to call it, after the game, I still go home and I'm struggling, dog. While my coach and the owners and everybody out chilling, having lobsters and steaks, I'm with the homies like, bro, can we even afford a 12-pack of ramen?
I feel it. No,
but look, why should I, if I'm giving you 40 hours plus a week and going to school full time, student athlete, but you want 40 hours of my time and I don't get nothing in return? Okay, we keep talking about you get the degree in this shit, but what are we talking about right now? I'm supposed to struggle? And what if I don't make it to the league after this?
If you don't make it to the league, at least you got your education.
You got your education, bro.
Yes.
But then here goes back to when we talked about the high school and sports. Are these
they getting private tutors, bro. If you a college athlete and you say you ain't getting no tutor, you a damn lie, bro.
But what I mean, I don't know, but do you know the percentages of a collegiate athlete actually getting the degree?
Okay, then who does that fall on? Whose fault is that?
it falls on the student. But look
Exactly,
at the
bro.
look
There's
at
a reason why it's called a student athlete, bro, and not just an athlete. I could bring you in on a scholarship to play ball, whether it be football, basketball, baseball, whatever, soccer. Bro, you still got to be a student first. I understand what you're saying about, bro, I'm eating ramen while I'm doing this for you. And I know I want to factor this in so bad, but you're already in college is what you threw out. But I want to factor in is like, bro, do your homework before you choose a school. Choose a school that will pay for everything to give you that real full ride scholarship. Don't choose this school. Check this out, bro. When I went,
I mean, I agree with that. Do your research first. But if you didn't do it and you get there and you find yourself in a position, you got to kind of sit back and maybe just eat it. But
they could write, bro.
Why can't the way they punching all this other shit into kids' heads, why can't you punch into them that, look, you may want to have a consultant with you when you're making these decisions, because you about to take a step in your life that can either make you or break you. Because think about this, bro.
Colleges,
you in college.
I'm a college football coach, right? If I'm a college football coach and I want you, Justin Jones, bro, if I want you a 5-star left tackle in high school, am I going to tell you, yo, get yourself a consultant to see which school is the best for you money-wise? If I only have 5 scholarships to give out, but I want you and I want this other player, and the other one's committed, and I could slide by giving you a half scholarship and giving that player half scholarship.
So in high school, do the coaches hand out these scholarships?
Yes, they do.
So
but they only have so many. They have so many to give out. But I want as many good players as I want, and I'm going to tell them this is a full ride because it is.
Right.
I'm going to tell them this is a full ride because it is paying for your tuition. But that's why they say don't consult with other people, don't talk money with other with other players.
I think when we're talking about the money thing with the players, it's not necessarily saying give them NFL or NBA salaries. What I'm saying is we're just talking about the basics. You know, I read something about some players do get $300 a month.
Yes.
But what's $300 a month? Like, this go back to, like you say, school.
After everything's paid, or $300 a month when only tuition is paid?
That's after the tuition thing, right?
Okay.
So they're giving them a $300 cash type of thing so they can have it to do the extras, like go to the corner store or do stuff. But you see players go back to what I said, trying to make it to the league to give back to their family, sending them checks to their families to help them with gas, help them repair cars. So at least it's leaving the student.
You can't, bro.
Yeah, you can't, bro. But there's some.
Why would you do that? If you were you doing this in high school? Like, you got to ask that person in high school who's doing this in college, right? If he's getting that extra fund in his pocket, why are you sending that back to your parents? Why you doing that? Your parents was doing good enough while you was just playing ball in high school.
It's possible, but they wasn't paying for you to go to high school.
They wasn't, but they're not paying for you to go to college either. They're doing tuition. So that extra money that you have in your pocket shouldn't be going back to your parents. It should be paying for your necessities while you in college. Does that make sense?
Who knows, bro? But like you said, sometimes you got to get that extra money. Maybe the extra money to cover the rest of your expenses for college, period,
so
had to come from home. Had to come from your parents or something, even if you got that. You know what I mean?
Oh, you're talking about the extra expenses coming from your parents.
Right.
Not coming from the college, like if they give you pocket money.
You got to think about it. Like, if the parents had to keep sending money to help you even take care of shit.
Okay, that's what you mean.
And you getting $300 and you shooting the money back to them, like you can't even win now. Because what you gonna do? You gonna get a part-time job, bro? You're gonna be so burnt out. And it's
I've seen so many kids get part-time jobs, bro. I had a boy who played at USC, was second string, third string, right? But was still doing everything the players was doing, plus getting that part-time job. Did he say it hurt? Yeah, it hurt, bro. Did it work out for him in the long run? It did, because it taught him more discipline than anybody else on the squad, right? But that's not the point we're saying. The point we're getting at, should they get paid? Me personally, you pay an amateur collegiate player, right?
Right. That's what I wanted to get to. Amateurism or professionalism. It seems to me they want them to be both, because I read something about I think it happened last year. A Stanford player, Bryce Love.
He was a running back.
Right. He missed the Pac 12 media day because he chose to go to class that day.
Mm-hmm.
And what happened? Mad backlash on all the top media platforms because they're like, how you wanted a big player and you decide to miss this day? We're all here to see you. This goes back to what I mean by some of these players are bigger than the school. Some of these players' faces on billboards coming down the freeway. I mean, Juju Smith was a prime example. He made it to the league, to the Steelers, but let's think about this. People still might want to buy them SC Juju Smith jerseys. You made it to the league, but you still got your stuff out here in these streets getting sold. You getting nothing from, which is nuts.
You can check this out. College athletes, bro, they don't get the names on the back of their jerseys when you sell them. You know that, right?
They don't, bro.
Sold,
but the number.
Yeah, the number means
the number
something,
lives forever.
And we kind of know. But you know what?
That's like 23. If Jordan didn't have that shit on his back, we still know it was Jordan.
Yeah, but we're not getting your name on it, so we shouldn't pay you. I just feel like, bro, you start dishing money out to these college athletes who's never got money before. You feel me? Who's never got money playing before. What the hell you think they're gonna do? They're going to start walking around like they playing for the University of Miami, bro.
Right.
Got all these gold chains wrapped around their neck, got grills. You're not really using that money for good. You thinking you already living the lifestyle of an NFL player. I
guess the conversation about the money has to be, even if you did give them money, how much? And from Division I to lower division, how would you even move this money around? Because if I'm not mistaken, NCAA brought in $1 billion last year.
Yeah.
$1 billion. And I think there's only 4,900 players total within the football, and that's just football, right?
Yeah.
So you're talking about $1 billion.
Yeah.
You mean you don't have enough money? I say, even if you just threw like stipends at these dudes, I say, how long is the season, bro? I say getting paid during the season because you're so consumed with what's going on, right?
I feel it. You can sway me like that.
How many
from September,
months are they playing?
But see, this what you don't understand, bro. This what you don't understand.
You could pay
him. You could pay him through the season, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Bro, football don't die, bro. Football starts right back up after the season ends. You got December off.
You still practice.
You still January. You in the weight room.
Yeah.
You start putting pads on in the springtime, right? You still doing all that stuff. Is basically there is no. I still remember. There's no off season, bro. There is no off season.
Because they go back to you trying to make it to the league,
bro. What off season? Exactly.
Right.
Like, what off season? So
we were about to talk about what kind of stipend you think that would be reasonable that the colleges could just eat, because think about how many students are actually getting. Let's think about this, a small thing. How many students are actually coming into the college to play sports versus all of them that's there for academics? All of them coming in are not getting scholarships, so you have all these tuition being paid into the college from all these other students, right? Mm-hmm. Getting filled up, making mad money because they're like, damn, they got a great football team. I just want to go to the games and be a super fan.
Yeah.
So some students really want to go to that college for that experience, because they know my school is lit based off of these sports that my school has, because college are really booming off of their sports.
Okay.
So now look, all that money's coming in, right?
Yeah.
You got the couple of students that you brought in to play sports, and you're giving them a scholarship, full ride.
Mm-hmm.
So
what kind of full ride?
That's already taken care of. Okay, I know you keep
tuition?
talking about scholarship or everything. So what's everything? Room, board, food.
Yeah. So we'll say, if we say scholarship, when we say full ride, we talking just tuition. If you're saying everything get paid for.
Okay.
So when you said you bringing in all these players, are they getting full rides or are they getting everything?
I guess it depends on the situation. So if you're not getting everything, or even if you are, just keep it clear.
You get a stipend? Keep
it clear across the board. It make it fair for all the players. Since you don't want to pay no player, let's pay them all the same amount. It'll still be the same playing field for if you're the star or if you just the dude that come off the bench. Because in reality, the star and dude off the bench, they got the same work that the stars have to do, right?
Yeah, but you're not playing.
You're not playing, bro, but yeah, you're still having to go through the same motions every day. to some degree. Ain't you still, even if you're not playing, you still trying to work your ass off to play?
Yes, because we work at, it's like this. We work at the same company. I'm the manager. You're just an employee.
Right.
I'm for sure going to make more money than you, even though you probably put in just as much or even more work than I am.
For sure. That's how this shit works.
And that's
but look at the gap, though, in this, though. The coach, $11 million. The player, $300 a month.
But
like, I just think
feel
that
like
gap is sick because, okay, I'm going to be asked this because in high school, sometimes the coaches are teachers at the school.
Yeah.
So they're getting paid because they're teachers too.
Yes.
But in college, are these coaches teachers too?
No.
They're just coaches.
Coaches. But you have to have.
But do the coaches make more money than the professors?
Oh, most def, bro.
So this is what I'm saying, bro. How can the coach make all this money and you have these talented players? Who's bringing in the money?
Who's bringing in the money?
The players.
Sports? Yes. Is sports bringing in the money or is academics bringing the money?
The sports are bringing a lot of it.
And that's why the coaches get that. The reason why some...
That's why I say throw them a couple of dollars. I say, look, if it's a season, how many players on the team? 50-something, right?
No, college is just fairies, bro.
Or it could be mad people.
Man, it could be like 80 people, bro.
That's ugly. So, okay.
So that's why I was like, bro, you can't pay these amateurs because some teams may have 90, some may have 50, right? So it all depends on the college, but it's like if you trying to make it fair for everybody across the board from all the colleges, think how many colleges there are, and you're trying to make it fair by throwing each one the same stipend.
That's why I said Division I and lower level, because let's think about this.
I played at a lower level, but I was taken care of.
That's a wonderful situation, right? But did you still at times need money? That's my question.
No.
You never needed nothing.
No.
Is it because of the school?
Took care of me.
Okay, was it the school took care of you, or did you have to figure out from the people around you?
They took care of me, but I was lucky because I had a JUCO coach who told me, "Yo."
So you're the blessing. You're the one that got the right conversation, right?
Yeah. I also had a wife in college too, so she helped me out mad crazy, bro. But
this is what I'm saying, bro. Let's just look at it from like you was at college solo dolo.
Yeah.
Like most college students, right?
Yeah. So
you're solo dolo. You can't shoot me like at least 5 stacks to get me through?
Nah. Because if I shoot you 5 stacks, I gotta shoot this dude 5 stacks. I gotta shoot that nigga 5 stacks.
But what's that versus ticket sales?
Okay, but
concession sales, jersey sales in one game. We're talking about one game could cover this for all the players for the whole year.
So for those who don't,
that's lightweight. 5 stacks,
bro. You gotta, just because I do something good doesn't mean I get a raise at my job. One thing I do good, 2 things I do good doesn't mean I get a raise at my job. But college, bro, they reevaluate you every year to give you a higher scholarship or to take money away from you.
So you can actually get more money.
Yes. If you a smart dude, you coming out of high school or JUCO, and you got that pen and paper in hand, and they say, bro, sign your name here. This is how much I'm giving you. You can be like, yo, I don't want 10 grand. I'm worth more than that. Give me 15. Give me 20. If they say no, bro, keep it stepping, bro. You feel me? Like, go to a college that will give you a full ride.
So basically what you're saying is you need to leverage your shit before you even sign.
Exactly, bro. Get a crew around you that will explain and tell you these things before you sign. Like I said before, I could be the man sitting right here, 5-star, have cameras around me, picking hats on which college I could choose.
Right.
But is that college going to pay me 30 grand and this college pay me 30 grand? But to go to this school, it's 10 grand. But to go to this school, it's 30 grand. I'm not getting nothing out of this school.
So what?
When I go to this lower level school, I got 10 stacks in my pocket.
Okay, I'm glad. That's what I was about to ask you. If there's extra money, that extra money goes to you?
It's to me, bro.
Okay.
It's to me. Wherever I want to disperse it, whether I want to buy books or not, that's my money. Whether I want to live in a $500 a month apartment or a $200, that's on me. All that extra money besides tuition is how I'm going to use it. But it's supposed to go towards room, board, books, toiletries, all the other stuff. However I want to use that extra money, and then on top of that, you get extra money on top of that.
Okay.
Especially at the D1 level. Dude on Last Chance U, I saw some dude, he got kicked out of Virginia, and he had the interview. He was like, yo, bruh, I was over here, I was balling. I had $800 left over every month. Like, bro, you got $800, so then why should college athletes get paid? If this dude getting $800, bro.
Well, I guess it go back to what you said.
And how much money you get for your scholarship.
Right, it goes
Be
back,
smart about it.
It goes back from the jump. You got to either choose. You got to pick and choose the right college.
Exactly. And that's, I guess.
So basically, would you say it's better to go to a different college versus a major college?
No. It's
Unless
on you.
It's what they offering.
No, that's not what I'm saying, bro. That's not what I'm saying. I say it's on you. If USC is not giving you, if USC is giving you a half scholarship, and Maine University is giving you a full ride with all this money, but
so
you want to go to USC,
let's get this clear for the people. A full ride scholarship, meaning that's taking care of everything.
No, a full ride scholarship only entitles tuition.
So
when
what is
people
the other
say
one?
full ride, it's
okay,
tuition.
that's a full ride for tuition. What's the other one?
I'm a coach. I'm going to put it like this, bro. I'm a coach. I'm recruiting you. I'm bringing you in. I said, listen, sir. I'm talking to your parents. Listen, sir. I'm giving your son a full ride scholarship. Your job as a parent or your job as a kid, if you listen to this podcast, your job as a college athlete is to question them. What's a full ride? How much does it take to go to this school? He'll say $50,000 a year. How much money you giving me? $50,000. Does that cover? Then you ask him, does that cover everything? Does that cover room, board, book, supplies, and living expenses plus a meal plan? You ask him that. If it doesn't, bro, to me,
it's out.
Kick rocks, homie.
Right.
Because I got a cousin. It happened to him. It happened to him because no one in our family knew about that. Right. He was the only one in our family that had the D1 scholarship, that had all this. But no one in our family, right, except for me. But I was already away.
Yeah.
I could have spit knowledge, but I was already away, not knowing what was going on at home.
Okay.
Right, and he had all this. It was given to him, but I'm not saying he had the wrong people around him. He just had people that weren't knowledgeable on the things.
Right.
So
they
once
just
you hear full ride,
the limelight
exactly.
and not looking in between the lines.
Once you hear full ride, you say, "Bam! I'm made."
Right.
I'm made, bro. I'm at a D1 full ride. Nah, once you get there, it's a whole different story. Because I can bait you to come to my school. I'll be, bro, you get this, that. I could bait you. I could tell my players who's recruiting you when you take your official visit, bait this nigga right here. Make sure he comes to our school because we need him. Once you get there, it's not living luxurious like you think it is.
So when you, I'm glad you brought that up. I'm glad you brought
bro.
the bait shit up. It's probably for a whole nother day, but the part where sometimes we know it's happening. The recruiter pull up, she moms everybody at the crib.
Yeah.
We're gonna slide y'all like 20 stacks.
Yeah.
Come on over here. We're gonna get you a new whip. All this shit, like
he could say that, bro.
Them ready.
And those
but some
players,
people take it.
Check this out.
Know it because they desperate.
Check this out. This is different then, because if you saying, "Listen, I'm gonna buy your mama a house. I'm gonna slide you 20 racks every month." Those are the dudes that's already getting money. They're getting the cheating money. You're not getting a full ride scholarship at this point.
Right.
Those are dudes you really want. So you really are getting these things.
Oh,
but
because they already locked in.
They already locked in, bro. In my mind, you're giving them more.
Why would I get that to somebody who I know ain't committed to me?
Because you could ask. And it's illegal, bro.
We know it's illegal, but we know it's happening, bro.
It's happening.
There's cases right now going on about this type of shit.
But I feel like we're going off topic.
That's why I said we could get that to another time, bro. But from basically what you was talking about, I agree the point you was making. But I still have my opinion about it as well. Because that's just how this shit goes. Yeah. I mean, for one, they need to look at their options. Don't just jump on the first bandwagon because ask those questions like
don't
you said.
Just go to your dream school. Think about your future.
Now, this is for y'all who know y'all really don't got people around you that got the best interest for you, or you don't really have people around you.
Question the scholarship you getting.
You coming from that kind of situation. So listen to this right here. This is a good point. Look at your options. Ask them where the money's being allocated to, because it could sound good 50 here, 30 there, but maybe this 30 could be better because it's actually covering everything, and this 50 right here only covering a couple things.
Because I could say tuition
in between the lines.
I could say tuition is 30, right? I could say tuition is 30 a year. We're paying you 40 a year. All right, so you got extra 10 grand. Well, I got to get books. How much are books? I got to get an apartment near here. How much is the apartment? You know what I mean? You gotta question those things. Feel me? If that 10 grand that you could hold, that's a side money, can be used, and you still have a little bit over to buy you a decent meal every day, maybe that's the school you should choose.
Right.
You feel me?
So at the end of this story about pay or not pay, I guess it all starts from the beginning. When you picking and choosing,
yes.
Look at your scholarships, look at the fine print, and make the right decision, period. Don't just be thinking about, I want to go to the flyest school. You need to think about what's right, what's going to be right for you all around.
Yeah.
Because that's what's going to matter at the end of the day anyway.
Yep.
I think we're going to end it right there, bro. You know, I wanted to do the shoebox dreams. I know we've been talking your heads off.
Yeah.
So I'll just give
I think we just got too invested into this subject,
sure.
but it makes sense. Everybody's supposed to hear this.
Right.
People are supposed to hear this, right?
Just a word of advice for the shoebox dreams part. It's just going to just give you a simple word. Just know your worth.
Give it to them, bro.
Know your worth. So read between the fine print. Make the right decisions so that you ain't got to make no hard decisions later down the line.
Can I elaborate on that? Know your worth. Can I elaborate on that?
Do your thing,
bro. Because I that's funny because I just read a quote on that. Know your worth kind of ties in, bro.
Okay.
And that quote goes, most people never run far enough on their first wind, to find out they have a second wind. Bro, so know your worth means push yourself because you never know that second wind's going to come.
Right.
And where it's coming from. You feel me?
You might thought that was your best, but you may have another best.
Speak on it, bro. That's
facts. So I appreciate y'all tuning in. And once again, if you made it this far, that means you're a real one.
Yeah.
Out the gate. This Spark That Talk. Your boy Jones. I'm with my boy Deeni, and we'll get back to y'all again next week.
Tune in, episode 3, baby.
And remember this. We on all major platforms, Spotify, iTunes. Catch the video on YouTube. And also check the audio on Spreaker.com as well. And follow us on Instagram and Spark That Talk. Get at y'all next week.
Yeah.